Good morning and happy Sabbath, winning team. Hello, everybody. This is about to be a bit of a random mini vlog, although knowing me, it's going to be 5 hours long because I've decided to treat myself to the best man-made item to ever exist. Hold that thought. By the way, I am outside editing this, but nevertheless, yeah. So this video is not going where I thought it would go. Where I was at this moment, yeah. All I'm going to say is wait to the very end if you want to hear my message about faith and why, no matter what happens, I hold on to my faith above all else, even when, well, you may as well just watch the video to see what happens and to hear why I was even out doing this in the first place. Okay, and if you want to figure out what that is, you're going to have to stay tuned and watch this video. And in the midst of that, I'm going to take you guys with me. It is Saturday morning, very early. Everybody's asleep. This is why I'm coming out now. While everybody's still asleep, all sleeping in after their working week, right? Having a lay-in. This is when I'm gonna go on the attack. So by the time everybody's waking up, I'm gonna be back indoors editing. So yeah, you guys already know I've been up for hours. At this point, I just wait for the sunrise so I can just get to doing things. But anyways, it is a really nice kind of autumn day. The sun is shining. It's nice and chill and cold and cool, and my legs are out and freezing and feeling the cold air, and the leaves are finally starting to fall. I need to get them off these trees, right? Anyway, and so I thought that while I take you guys to attain the greatest invention of all of mankind, I would just get some things off my chest because my mental health is in the bin, guys, and I feel like there's no way to get it out because it's all based off of factual evidence. Like, the education system is crashing and is problematic and is toxic for the kids. I saw that the Roblox CEO is suing this lawyer is suing the CEO of Roblox, which you guys know I've spoken about how, a lot of parents think that the app is just a game for kids, but because it's like another social media, it's like another kind of social media, but just with gaming, which is why it's such a cool app. Don't get me wrong. It's actually such a cool app. And it's even something I feel like could be used in an education sense, because you can create a lot of things on there and stuff. But the problem is, and this is what I always say, and I'm only going to say this statement and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. Where a child can start an account, so can an adult. And so can an adult pretending to be a child, and so can an adult that wants to speak to children. So I'm glad, and apparently they don't speak up. They don't do anything when people are found out, because they also shut down this other guy's account who was finding rapists on there who had actually got 6 people arrested. So that's the world we're living in. So there's that. The cancelled podcast is now finished, which that was the podcast for my mental health. That was helping my anxiety. But of course, the internet was tearing Tanner and Brooke to shreds, and they had to decide for the sake of their mental health, which I honestly agree with them. Oh, it's nice and windy as well. I love that. Listen to that. Hear that? The wind in the leaves. Not a human in sight. Love to see it. And the internet was tearing them to shreds. Obviously, people behind the screen with no name, with like a random image and their name user 36579. So there's that. And that was my mental health podcast. Every time I was I would panic. I panic all the time about just being an embarrassing person and just doing dumb stuff, which I've been talking about with you guys. So whenever I watch the cancelled podcast and listen to Tanner and Brooke, I'll be like, you know what? It's not just me. It's not just me. And it would actually genuinely help my anxiety go away. So that's ended. And then my favorite Monday morning podcast, Shits and Gigs, that I would listen to after and during the weekend, because I hate the weekend, which is what it is now. Hence why I'm I need to dig deep. they had Marlon Wayans on. So even they're infected now, just like the Kai Cenat stream with these freaking Hollywood freakos. Like, we don't want Hollywood around here. So those are just the things. Like, do you know what will be my 13th reason? So I just want to take a quick minute to explain this. And yes, I am outside walking and editing, which is crazy. But the reason why I keep saying this about Hollywood, like, I really want to make this very clear because I don't feel like I've said it clearly enough. I feel as though because of what's coming and because of all the exposures and how everybody's all involved and they've all been doing all this weird stuff behind closed doors together, I feel like, A, they're trying to groom my generation and the generation below so that we like them, so that just like how the older generations do when you guys don't want to believe that your beloved idols would do certain things, they're trying to get us to idolize them so we won't believe they would do those types of things because the power's with the people. And also, like I said, the other thing is, I don't like how I feel like they're coming and trying to take advantage as almost like a way to keep themselves relevant and to kind of further their careers and just take advantage of what we're doing rather than just allowing us to live our authentic experience expressing ourselves, because they're trying to bring Hollywood and Hollywood's ways and the business of entertainment, whereas we are not getting the opportunity that like other generations had, where it was just real and raw people with real and raw talent sharing their talent with the world. We're like being like literally forced into a business and forced to make everything about business and do things this way because that's how we did it before. And so that's what's upsetting me about it. It's like we're not even being given a chance to just live, to just like create from our hearts and just do things and just be appreciated for being authentic. It's like everything we're being told, like, oh, this is how it's done and this is how it's done, when all of these famous people, the reason they got famous in the first place was from them just being able to create and live authentically and keeping it real and raw, you know. So that's why I keep getting so upset about this and I keep bringing it up. You see what I'm saying? The birds are in agreement. Thank you. So quick sidebar, while I was here feeling sorry for myself and everything, literally at this exact moment when I finished recording the clip, I hear somebody calling out from the back, and it actually turns out to be my brother who I bumped into. And anyways, I ended up talking to him for a little bit and asking him a few questions, and then I went to sit here and I took some photos, which you're about to see in just a second. But yeah, honestly, after that, things changed. But beforehand, you guys are going to have to see what happened. So yeah, but honestly, on my 13 times 13th reason now, I'm already on my reason 169. If the Sidemen cancel the Sidemen Sundays, or cancel the Among Us, or even if they just do one, yeah, I don't think I can cope. Because these are the things that just keep me coping, you know, in life. And obviously being outside, which I'm also like excited but not excited because it's going to get dark later and then I'm a woman and it's so annoying, you know. As much as I don't really care, I don't want to be attacked, you know. I may not value, that was the other thing, I was having this conversation with the Lord again. We've been having this repeated conversation, like, why did I actually have to be born? Like, it's not even that I want to die. It's just like, what was the point of being born in this time where the body of Christ is so weak? There's only so much I can do as a girl by myself. You know what I mean? I only have so many skills, and that's another thing. So many skills I don't have that I need to have to exist as an adult. And then this new job thing, which I'm happy about and I feel grateful, but I also feel kind of exhausted because it's kind of like, you know, any situation where you're looking after kids, it's a lot of responsibility. But then I'd rather be around the kids than the adults. I'd rather be around no one. On a positive note, I've thought of another animal to add to my castle in Antarctica, right? So, although ideally, see what I'm saying? Me and the trees. Having said that, about this whole castle in Antarctica thing, which way am I going to go from here? This is the problem. There's too many options. I want to go the most scenic, which would be, I don't freaking know. I would prefer it to be an island on its own, like my own total island. But it has to be freezing cold conditions. Has to be freezing cold conditions, and no evergreen trees, because I don't want trees that have leaves on them. It needs to be freezing cold. And what was I going to say? We've added another animal. So far we're at 9 huskies, 5 Siberian tigers, and now I'm onto the Icelandic horses. Basically, if I discover an animal is fit for the cold, you're in. So that's the next. I think I will go this way, even though there's actually so many hills in this town. Like, I can only tell this when I'm trying to record and talk and walk at the same time. Also because I just walk too fast for no reason. Like, I always catch myself like, why are you walking that fast? And also, anyway. Oh, the swings. Should we go sit on the swing for a minute? Let's go sit on the swing for a minute. I need to make sure I stay on schedule. Let's go sit on the swing for a minute, shall we? Because nobody's out, because it's early. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is why you go out at sunrise and sunset. That's when human beings scatter, just like when it's raining. And now she's in the park. And now she's going to the swing. Because she's so stressed about everything. All right, here we go. I'm on the swings now. You guys, also, a fun fact, this is the only jacket I have. Because I never wear a jacket. Like, in the winter, you catch me out in a jacket, maybe maximum 10 days. And that's usually just because like I'm going to do something where, like, if I'm going to go, say, to like London, it's probably not wise for me to be that far from home without a jacket. So, and the only reason I even wear this one is because I just love it. It's so cute. So yeah, I'm just wearing a vest and shorts anyway. But yeah, guys, my mental health is in the bin. My mental health is in the bin. And I'm like, I just feel like outside of God, obviously, there really is no hope. So I'm just like, every day I'm just like, God, please, you need to just step in. Like, not just for me, I mean for like the world. Like, even this whole Diddy thing, like, I've been really trying to ignore the news and ignore everything as much as humanly possible. Because you see, this is why I like this time of day as well. The only humans out are humans with dogs, dog walkers. And guess what? They like to mind their own business. That, or they're really friendly and their dogs are friendly, and then win-win. And also I get to learn the dog breeds because I don't know the dog breeds very well. So win-win-win. Yeah, this Diddy thing, I've been trying to avoid the news as much as possible because every single event happening in the world right now that I hear of, whether it's whatever Keir Starmer's saying about this, whether it's Diddy, whether it's, this situation, like another thing that annoying me, is what I'm saying, everything is so stupid. Like, anyway, so we're going to go and get our pick me up in a minute, so I will leave in a second, but let me just say about those couple of things quickly. First of all, the Diddy thing, he's getting 4 years. He's got 4 years of access to fresh meat and back to business. And of course, the reason they're doing this is because they're all guilty and they know that if they do too much, then Diddy's going to bring them all down with him. And if they don't do anything, then the public is going to be upset. So this is their little happy medium. At least he got some time. At least he got whatever. The public's not going to do anything because the public doesn't do anything about anything. They just talk and complain and share on Facebook and sit and talk and sit in pride when they're doing absolutely diddly squat. So you guys already know, I told you from the beginning, I was never waiting for I told you I believed this was happening. Like, this is what I'm saying. I hate when I'm right. That's what's making this world so insufferable for me right now, because I hate being right. I hate it. I would rather be wrong. But yeah, he's getting off. I knew he would. I know the only way anything good is going to happen is God has to intervene. So I'm just like, God, when is it happening? Tell me the schedule. Where do I need to be? Where do I need to go? Give me the coordinates. Give me the instructions. What do I need to do for this to change? Because this place is a hellscape and it gets worse every day. Then now the next thing I heard about, was how, I've been so against all of these things that people are using. Like, I started running, right, as I said to you guys, and I've been back and forth about, like, if I wanted to use, like, say like a smartwatch or like a Fitbit or like a Garmin or whatever to like track my heart rate and my speed and all of that type of stuff, because I'm really against any form of tracking, because I've always felt like, just like I said to you guys, the same reason I'm against electric cars. What happens if I always believed, and again, conspiracy theorist and paranoid, that that this is going to backfire, because somebody's going to get access to that information and they're going to just be able to track absolutely every part of our lives, which is what I'm worried about, right? So I'm not been a part of Alexa. I don't use no Google Assistant, no Siri, no nothing. I don't use any form of those types of things, right? And even when I use ChatGPT, I don't even like to log in into myself. I'd rather just not be in my own thing. So anyways, I go out of my way to like avoid, I know it's inevitable, and that's the worst part. The worst part is, no matter what I do, everything's going downhill. Like, I can't do enough. So that's what's stressing me out. Anyway, so now, I don't know if you guys have heard of these Aura rings, but yeah, the Department for Security and whatever in the United States, again, probably another scam, or the scam artists, right? Are now taking the data. So all these Aura rings that people have been reading with are tracking their health. And of course, it's all for data analysis and research purposes. Bull crap. So they're taking that data now. I knew this was going to happen, just like how I knew that they were going to start to do, I believe that they're going to take this electric car thing. And right now it all sounds all fun and games. They're all lying about looking after the planet, which is again another interesting thing to think about, because as I said in my video the other day, actually, why would I go that way? I'm not even going there. I'll go around this way. My friend's husband was telling me about how he thinks they're not telling the truth about how the nuclear weapons are affecting the ozone layer. And honestly, he's so right for that. As a scientist, and this, I was looking at the molecules of the types of things, and I was thinking, knowing the ozone layer, which is literally made of oxygen, like in an equilibrium, hence ozone, and how it works. Basically, when we burn things, it interferes, obviously, and it bonds with the oxygen rather than the oxygen doing what it's supposed to do. Anyway, so that's just on another episode of the public taking on all the responsibility to try and change the planet, but really, it's all these big businesses. So that's just another thing. So yeah, the Department for whatever the heck, the security and whatever's, I don't care about their names, because they're all just lying. It's all just lies. So that's another thing that's bothering me. Like, everything is bothering me. Like, this country right now, and how it's being taken over by Islam. And then the people that are getting angry should have grown bollocks sooner, should have done things sooner. A lot of things have gone too far already. Another thing irritating me. The body of Christ, I can't even stand them. I can't stand them. I can't stand Christians. I can't. I'm so sorry. Because it's like, you're doing whatever you're doing, going off to your or having all these services and doing all these things and crying about the state of the world and, oh my gosh, look what happened to Charlie Kirk. This is whatever. So the freak, what? You're not going to do anything because you're still stuck in the same damn slavery in Egypt. You're still in the same curses of Adam and Eve. So who cares what you have to say? Who cares about what you're doing? You know what I'm saying, guys? So I just feel like, everything's just wrong. Everything's just wrong. Everything is just wrong. The standard of love is in the bin. You know what I mean? So that's that. There's that as well. Oh, I'm just distressed, you guys, by literally everything. Oh, that was the other one I wanted to talk about. I'm really getting sick and freaking tired, yeah, of every time I get food from anywhere, which is about to become extremely ironic, by the way. Right? Everything is, we're going to make everything vegan for the purposes of saving the planet. So rather than us just living comfortably, because this is my other problem with the argument about we're overeating and we're cutting down the animals too much or whatever, is if we just cut down the waste, especially for those of us in the West. Like, one thing I have to say about countries from the rest of the world, for those of us who are from outside of like Western countries, is when you have things like animals that you kill for food and stuff, people respect the animals by using every part of it, right? So this is part of the reason I wanted to work in the butchers and learn more about slicing and dicing, right? Because in the West, yeah, y'all folks just have a few parts of the animal that you eat and everything else you would never put near you. And it's like, well, you're wasting the animal. Maybe if we were like diversifying, that's another thing, that those of us from around the world who make food that's made from other parts of the animal, now all of a sudden all those types of foods got expensive because they got westernized. And the thing is, I just want to say this: my frustration with the West is no different to my frustration with the rest of the world. That's why I said there's kind of no point. There's nowhere I want to escape to. There's nowhere that I'm like, oh my gosh, there's hope over there. Nowhere. Go and live in Africa. The greed. You know what I mean? The idol worship. Don't need to be a part of that. You know what I mean? Let's not forget. Another thing that I find funny. It was actually the Africans who sold themselves as slaves. This is why I'm like, it's so funny to me that so many of these African American people I keep seeing going to West Africa. I'm like, yeah, their ancestors might have been the ones who sold your ancestors, buddy, and now you have a chip on your shoulder. So yeah, and I think the thing that overall just upsets me and annoys me about everything is the fact that, you know, like God is like the answer. God is right there. He is literally the most approachable person ever, right? And all the answers and all the everything that we need is right there with the Lord. And where are we? Everywhere but with him. The body of Christ. Calling yourself a Christian, but Christian in name only, right? A Christian in name only. Because you're still living in the world, you're still living for the world, you're still living dependent on the world, and I swear the freak down, we're so close to this mark of the beast thing. Like, I can see it now. All this digital ID, the digital IDs. Oh, let me tell you something else that was annoying me. So these are the things that are just sitting in my head and just giving me a constant like headache. So with this new job thing, right, I'm really fighting the urge not to just sack the whole thing off, right? Because yeah, so I'm sacking this bit of the video off until later because I explained this later in the video, and I'm actually out at a different time now. Anyway, I'm just annoyed about everything. Like, everything's annoying me. It's just annoying. You know what I mean? Oh, Halloween is this the other one. The overconsumption. Like, I'm actually sick of the holidays. Have I said this already? I've been dreading this time of the year, October, like the whole Halloween to Christmas story arc. Because I just feel like it's just another episode of us just finding a reason to spend money we don't have, right? Or to rather spend the money we do have on things that are not better for anything. Because it's just getting worse and worse every year, isn't it? The decorations, the celebrations. Why and Halloween's always the one that everybody's so dedicated to doing so much for. So I'm just so over that as well. I'm over the Halloween thing. I hate Halloween. I hate the holidays. I'll say it now. I actually hate Christmas, guys. I hate to say it because I just feel like, first of all, with Christians, it's about 10% about God and about 90% about just another excuse to, again, have the pressure of the season. People are going to be sitting in their houses having dinners. Meanwhile, their children are being abused and they want to ignore it because they don't want to rock at Christmas and they don't want to do this. So just give me a break. And all in all of this, guess who no one's talking about? Still, the children in the underground tunnels. And I'm talking about it, but what can I do? What can I do? I'm just a girl who can't even get her life together, who loves the Lord. So no, I hate the holidays. I hate all this time. Because, like, what are you really happy about? You're not even something to be proud of. You're not even an adult worth being proud of. Like, you're not even a person worth, like, what are you celebrating? Another year of slavery. Well done. Congratulations. So I hate New Year's. Hate New Year's. Anyway, we're going to try and boost the mood. So once I get to the location in question, I will be back. And I will show you guys what it is. So So yes, the Big M, and this is actually the one I used to work at, although it looked literally nothing like this. Sorry for the filming, but yeah, this is where I decided to go for the greatest creation of all of mankind. Also, what the hell is this 10p bag fee like? And do you know that they actually gave me a bag for free, even though I chose eat in? So like, what's the point? What was the point, McDonald's? Because anyways, it's daylight robbery, as you saw, but we're going to come to that in a minute. I'm about to explain the whole everything from the inside, because this was my pick-me-up. Oh, I'm just going to go to McDonald's and get a couple of hash browns, as I never go there, and they are the best thing ever. Well, let's see what happened, you guys. Winning team. Hi, guys. So I'm going to tell you the goods. A hash brown, obviously. But this isn't as good of a news as I thought it was going to be, because how much did I just pay? What in the daylight robbery is £4.77 for 3 hash browns? I remember they used to be 89p each. But anyways, this is all I came out for, so. But this is probably, I'm not even joking with you, this is my 13th reason. High key, not even low key. But anyway, it is my favorite delicacy. Really? Only 127 calories. Never knew that. But yeah, this is what I came out for, to boost my mental health. All for it to be crushed again by the price, and it being double when I used to buy it. What can we expect? Also, thank you Lord for this food. So anyway, yeah, everything is annoying me. I came out for this thinking it's going to be a fun time. But let me tell you about the job thing. So, you guys know the timeline of this new job, right? I got the job I applied on Tuesday. They called me back on Wednesday. I had an interview on Thursday. I went to the school yesterday and I got the job. Yippee-ki-yay, woohoo, wow. The deputy was like, see you on Monday at 8. I was thinking, cool. So I'd been sent some emails by the company that had like put together for me to do this job. And they had basically said, oh, we just have a few registration forms that we just need you to finish registration. If you could get that done by the end of the day. Bearing in mind, I got back at 3 p.m. The work day for everybody else who's in admin and doesn't work with kids, it ends at 5, right? So they want me to get everything together by the end of the day so that I can start on Monday. I'm going to read you the list of things that I have to do. Hold on, I'm just turning on my other phone quickly. Because it's absurd that they thought I was going to get this done on a Friday, and then lady was like, if you could please get it done as soon as possible, because we need this to be done. They still hit though. But yeah, this is daylight robbery. £1, what? £1.59 each. The devil genuinely wants us. And the Bible says, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. It ain't lying. So anyway, let me tell you guys. Yeah, I know you got 3%. Just give me a second. I just need to read the list. Also, me not being the intelligent person I am, I should have brought a charger with me because there's charging ports everywhere. That's like the one good thing these days. Anyway, so they have a registration form, which we'll come back to in a minute. So they've got to do, they're like, here's our simple 3-step registration, whatever, right? I got to get my qualifications, all of my original documents, my teacher reference number where applicable, a copy of my enhanced DBS, and if not, I need to buy one, which will cost me £62.50 plus £16 to register to the update service. Passport and national insurance, normal. Visa details, if applicable, 2 proof of addresses, utility bank statements or statements less than 3 months old, any change of name documents, 2 referees with full contact information, headshot photograph for your vetting document, companies safeguarding children level 2 certificate dated within the last 12 months, and if I haven't done it, then I need to go and do it. And there's a link to enrollment, right? And then this phone just died. And there was one other thing. Now, a lot of those things are normal, like the references, the DBS, the whatever. Then the registration form, which was the first step. So that was the second step that I just read you. The first step, the registration form, is 29 pages long. This is why I say it sucks to be born at this time. Because I feel like in the past, people would show up somewhere, do a trial shift, and get a job. You get paid in cash, and you go home with your money. Oh, there's the other thing. They have 2 types of ways that you can be paid. So I can choose if I want to be paid this way or this way. And then there's another like 5-6 page documents each. I'm saying all of this because this is what they all expected me to accomplish in 2 hours. And then there's still an interview form to do after that. So, and they want me to prepare to start on Monday. Genuinely. So I'll have to do their safeguarding because I have a level 2 safeguarding already, which should be fine. But their safeguarding, I have to do all of those forms, get all of those things into them, and they thought I was going to start on Monday. I hate it here. So yeah, the temptation to just sack it off, because I'm kind of like, if I want to do all of that for this job, I low-key might rather spend that time applying for different jobs. And it's not the school. It's like the company organising it. You know, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Hence why I'm taking this morning to myself, thinking, oh, I'll go and have a nice little sit in McDonald's and have some hash browns, you know, have a little boost. And then later on, when inevitably I can't sleep, I'll just start getting through these forms. So, yeah. And it's so annoying as well because everything is always so disjointed these days because there's so much like steps to everything. Because again, half this information they've been asking for was part of when you apply. Like, this is why I'm just like... And also, some of the questions they were asking, I felt were too invasive. I didn't even tell you guys, or did I? So the other day, I'd applied for a different job. And the guy emails me to say, hi, we just want to check that you live in the UK. Because we Googled your name, and it says you live in Puerto Rico. Yeah, from the Facebook account that I made when I was like literally 12 or 11 or something, where you can clearly see a picture of me as a child anyway. So, but then again, maybe they thought that was my child. And why are you Googling me? Like, my generation lives in a time where everything is online. It's so invasive. That's the problem. Everything I've been talking about in this video, it's the invasiveness that bothers me. Like, there's no sense of privacy. There's nowhere to escape to. That's why I want to escape to Antarctica so badly. Right, where there's no cell signal, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no nothing. So, anyway, guys, I'm so irritated by this. I'm like so irritated. And then the lady acted as if I was being unreasonable. Like, how did she expect me to get through all of their training? Oh, and read the handbook, obviously. All the training, and read the handbook, and then part of the one of the pages on this 29-page document was like, please confirm that you've read this policy and this policy and this policy and this policy and this policy. It's like, where did she expect that to happen in the space of 2 hours? So I'm so over it. This is why I say my generation is cooked. We are cooked. Whatever. What else should I expect? Anyway, on a more positive note, I'm going to leave because I brought a book with me as recommended by one of you guys. So I'm going to read this and try and scoop up the last remaining 3 crumbs left of like will to live that I have. And I will see you guys probably after I've left. Okay, guys, we're back. It's probably not even been 10 minutes because after I stopped recording that last clip in McDonald's, I was like, I'm getting out of here because like I couldn't even be in there anymore. Like, this is what I'm saying. I was so agitated, like just 24/7. I just can't stand being here. I can't stand it. And yeah, that was my last trip to McDonald's. I'm done. You guys know I love a McDonald's on a rare occasion, and I was like, I never go and get a hash brown. Let me go and pick me up and do the simple things like go for a walk and buy some hash browns. And I knew they would be more expensive than I would think, but £1.59 for a hash brown, mate. McDonald's has overestimated their market value. I'm sorry. You've overestimated your market value now because you're not worth that much. And the only reason I still got them anyway, because I was like, cool, this is our final goodbye. This is our last supper. Great. Because you're just not that good, no offense. Like in that moment, my statement from earlier came to an end real quick about the greatest invention of all of mankind. No, mate, you're having a laugh, mate. So, yeah, I left after, and also there was a staff member standing there. She's really irritating me actually, because it's one of them when she was clearly trying to listen to what I was saying to the camera, and obviously I'm saying juicy things, and she just like wiping the same thing probably about 20 times, and she came back to wipe the same thing about 20 times. I was like, lady, who are you fooling here? And then magically, as soon as I stopped filming the clip, she's disappeared. I was just like, oh, whatever. You know what? I actually hate everything, and I actually hate it. I hate it here, and I hate it. There's nowhere you can run to. There's nowhere you can turn to. There's nowhere you can hide. There's nowhere you can be safe. There's nowhere. There's nowhere where there's no social media or internet or people or nothing. Nowhere. Nowhere. So, yeah. I'm feeling even worse now. Great. So I'm going to go to the one place I'm hoping I can find some kind of peace, and that is in nature itself. But also not really, because it's getting to the time where everybody's going to be awake and people are arriving. Like when I got to McDonald's at first, nobody was really around and everybody was like dotted throughout the whole store. As you do. But then, you know, everyone starts to be awake and everyone's all gung-ho and excited that they're getting a break from slavery, just to go and spend the money back in the same businesses that are destroying us for people who are taking kids that nobody cares about into underground tunnels and onto islands. Yay. Yay for mankind. So anyways, but the good news is there's two silver linings today. Number one, the leaves are finally starting to fall. And number two, we've had an entire video of me filming horizontally. So that's a good thing. But yeah, can you guys see what I mean? Because the other thing is, I wanted to go sit like by the pond, but obviously they're cutting all those trees down now. And so now it's just like a public space. And like, I've been learning a lot about animals recently, you know, because I have this vision and dream. I think that animals should just revolt and should just come and attack us all. It's a movie idea that I have. Because honestly, we've been so selfish against them. Like humans, we really destroy everything. Like that's the key message of this video. Because like, even when I've been like finding out more about animals, I was never really into animals before. If there's no one in the park, I'm gonna go sit on that swing as well. The heck, why not? So much of the stuff that's happened with animals has quite literally been, or do I just sit there? Because it looks like there's a man with, but then again, he's with his dog. Dog walking is a green flag. So many things with the animals. Like this, I'm getting annoyed about hearing all this endangered this, endangered that. Because how did these animals become endangered? Most of them, it's one of three things. A, we kill them for their habitat. B, we kill them for them. As in, we kill them because we need their habitat. We kill them because we want to either, you know, eat from them or take their, whatever, their I don't know, their skin, their tusks and husks and whatever's. Or C, and this is the one that annoys me the most, we take them, we kill them just to like show off that we're like, we can hunt and I took down a Siberian tiger and I caught a wolf. You know what I mean? And I don't mind doing those things if you're actually, again, respecting the animal after the fact. But when it's just to just show off, like in the flipping bravado Olympics, like it's just so annoying. So that's another thing that I discovered. That's just been annoying me as well, because I'm like, poor animals. Like even now where I'm at, like they're cutting all the trees down and stuff. I feel for the animals, you know, because they deserve a habitat too. They deserve. Hiya. Huh? Don't tell anyone. Oh gosh, there's an old man with his dog, and he was like, "I'm a bit big to be coming in the park," which I am. But hey, I'm a baby face. People treat me like I'm a child anyway. So, but yeah. So why is people just leaving litter? Like, can we just look after this planet for goodness sake? You see what I'm saying? Oh, another thing I have to tell you guys about. So, the other day, yeah, this lady, this is what I mean again about being invasive. This lady has calls me, right? And she's like, "Hi, I'm calling from the department of such and such. Or I'm calling from whatever business. We wanted to know, offer you this opportunity that I think she said, is it the government? I don't know. Is running this scheme for such and such, and your number's been shortlisted." And I was like, first of all, that sounds like a scam. Second of all, I hate when people ask, "Is this so and so?" Because you tell me who you are. Don't ask me who I am. Who are you? Because you're the one calling my phone. And I don't know where you got my number from. So that's what I'm saying again about this invasive thing. I'm like, where are you even getting my number? So this is now the 4th time I've been called by the same people, right? And I've blocked every number every time. That's why I'm like, you guys are up to something sketchy. Before this time yesterday when this woman called me, the time before, which was a few days ago again, I went out again, like just like this. I've gone out. I'm like, my mental health was in the bin. Let me get some fresh air and just like, get myself together and whatnot. So this lady calls me and I'm being so polite. Like, this is what I mean when I say that, it actually doesn't pay in this world to like be a nice person. So I'm being so polite, knowing that this is like the 3rd time these people are calling me, because I'm being just polite because I'm like really trying to get to the bottom of where they got my number from, why they keep calling, because I've told them multiple times, thank you, I'm not interested, thank you, I'm not interested, thank you, I'm not interested. So I said to this lady, I was like, after asking some questions, I was like, yeah, I've spoken to your people before, and I said that I'm not interested. And she's like, you don't know who my people are. Actually, I'm not in such and such. I'm in this department. Stupid. And hung up the phone. That's exactly what she did, right? And this is what, and I recorded a video that day. I didn't even upload it because I was just like, I felt like I was already on the edge. I was already going out just to get a bit of fresh air from this stupid hellscape that we're all living in. And that was what happened on the phone while I was being polite. And this is what I mean when I say that, like, I do think the older generations are really the problem, like, with a lot of things, because, like, how could I, even in my state, just remain calm and be respectful? And she lost her temper when I was telling the truth, because I know now for sure that I was right. Because when I spoke to this other lady again, calling me yesterday, right? And I'm like, where are you guys getting my number from? Oh, your number was shortlisted and shown by some, and I was just like, where? Do you know how many times I've changed my phone number? And I'm going to have to change it again. And I'm already having issues because I changed my phone number, because I deleted Instagram. I was trying to log back in as I'm going to send you an SMS code, but then the number that's on my Instagram is my old phone number. So I need to so it's like, I'm trying to avoid changing my phone number again and again, but it's like people just keep it's so invasive. It's like, it's literally like being graped at every corner. Like everything's just coming out to touch you. Everything's just coming, like nothing. You just can't be left alone. So anyway, I'm calmly talking to this lady again yesterday now, when I'm a different lady, because I've spoken to like 2 different guys, and then this woman and then this lady, and I'm trying to remain so calm. And I was just like, hi. I explained to her the situation. I said, so are you from such and such department? Same department as this lady who called me the other day, who called me stupid. She was like, yes, I am. She's like, oh, we're not associated. I'm with my own thing, with my own team. And I was like, okay, but are you calling from such and such and such and such? She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so here's the thing. I was called by your colleague the other day. And then she ends up, when I explained the situation to her, she was like, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. That's absolutely not acceptable at all what the lady did, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, why do I always have to manage people? I'm so sick of this. I'm so freaking sick and tired of always having to manage people and manage people's adults' emotions and manage adults just like how they behave. Because you're the one calling me. I didn't sign up for this. I told you I'm not interested, and I told you politely. How many people are even like that anymore? You know what I'm saying? And then if I now turn out to be the villain, if I start being harsh and abrasive, I'm the wrong one. I'm not being gracious. I'm not behaving like a good and godly woman. This is why I feel like, oh my gosh, this place, I hate it here. I hate it. I absolutely hate it here. So yeah, that was what happened the other day. So it's just, everything is just like, everywhere I turn, everything is just like, what's the freaking point, man? What's the freaking point? And I was thinking, oh my gosh, now with this new job thing, the student finance, like they haven't been sending me letters. So that's just going to be the next flipping next ball ache of the list. If I then decide to start doing this job, is then all student finance wants to know what I'm doing, where I'm working, what's my salary, what's my this, what's that, what's whatever. Or they're going to message me first to say, can you confirm your details? We haven't heard back from you. We know you're working. This is, you know that it's illegal for, this is what I'm saying. It's so invasive. Everything is so invasive. And then I have my phone going off every 5 seconds about, I don't know, freaking what, the notifications about, I don't know, freaking what. I try to disconnect because I am disconnected more than most people. Right now, the only social media apps I have are YouTube and WhatsApp, if you count YouTube. YouTube and WhatsApp. I do have Instagram, but it's not on my phone right now, you know? And I'm not on there all the time. I don't even go on WhatsApp. I don't even go on YouTube other than when I'm uploading videos or watching videos. So it's like, why am I being attacked from every corner? I feel like. So yeah, and then I'm going out and trying to mind my business on these walks, just chilling, trying to just get some fresh air, sitting out in nature, clearly by myself with my headphones on, and guys are coming up to me talking about, oh, I saw you from over there and I just wanted to come and say hello, and just, I'm not interested, don't worry, I'm not interested in anything anyway, thank you so much, like, it's really sweet of you, but I'm not interested. Yeah, but you know, just give me a chance, surely we could just go for dinner, surely we could just go for drinks, surely no is no. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. I came out here to be by myself, and no, I don't want you with you over here. And anyways, get into a conversation with me for about 5 minutes. You're going to realize that, yeah, my intelligence is far greater than you think. You're going to be some cute little dumb wife. You're going to mold into whatever you want. No, thank you. Skip ahead. Skip on. And then when I try to say, like I'm saying to you guys, when I'm just honest, like, hey, I'm not interested, I'm not whatever, oh well, and then it's the exhaustion of having to explain myself. This is what I'm saying. Everything is like the exhaustion of having to deal with the situation, because obviously the situation, I can know how to deal with it. It's the exhaustion, just like I was saying about this job thing. If it hadn't been such a long application, like registration, I would have still done it last night, and I would have just locked in for the whole 2 hours and just got as much done as possible. But then I was like, I've got to read all these documents. I've got to do another whole training. I've got to go and now call up my references and make sure that they're happy for me to put their details. I've got to now go and get all these statements of the last 3 months' utility bills and whatever. I've got to get a headshot. So do I have headshots? Do people just casually have headshots? And someone like me would normally just have a headshot, but I don't have one at the moment. So I want a headshot to put on the system. All of that you expect it to happen for me to then start work on Monday. You're delusional. And the thing about the job thing that gets me is they're the ones benefiting more than I am. Because everybody wants a teacher anyway. So I'm like, that's why I'm like, I don't care. I could actually easily sack it off, because it'll be way easier for me to just get a job somewhere else. This is what I'm saying. People are backwards. They think that I don't need them. They need me. That's the point. No. This is why I'm just like, this job thing, yeah. I was really happy about it, and I really liked the school. And the funny thing is, I had another email in my inbox, and the lady was like, "Hi, I have some opportunities I would like to that we're interested in for you. Can I? Are you free for me to give you a phone call?" So really, I might just get her, be like, "Yeah, call me." Really, I might just do that, and just because why not? This is why, you guys. If you've ever wanted to know why my faith is, how strong my faith is, now you know, because the fact that I'm still breathing, and I'm not throwing myself off a cliff, and I'm not, shooting myself in the head, is for one reason, and one single reason only. And that is because I unwaveringly believe in God and have faith. And I know that from what I've read in the scriptures and from what my experiences with him in life, when it looks bleak like this is when you have to keep holding on to your faith. When it's like tough like this is when you have to keep holding on to your faith, because this is when your faith gets tested, So the one thing I'm not going to do, which is what Moses did, is turn around and say, and not continue to declare that I have faith, still, and that my faith is still remaining. But what I'm also not going to do is what a lot of Christians do, which is almost like try to protect God in a way of like lying about how easy it is to be a Christian, because it's not easy. It's easy to be a part of the world. Listen, if I wanted to be in the world systems, oh my gosh, I'll be laughing. I'll be laughing rich as hell right now. I probably will have the castle. I wouldn't even be wanting the castle, but I'd be able to build the castle, I just participate in the degenerate behavior, sell my soul to the devil. You know what I'm saying? I keep thinking about how much money I could have made hourly when I was being asked to do these choreographies. Oh my gosh. I just, wow. Wowza. But I want to teach the youth of tomorrow. I want to contribute to society. I want to be a contributing member of society. And that's what screws me. But working for the devil, in the devil's, business, and I'm thriving. That's the truth of the world, you guys. That's the truth. That's why the only option is to make it to the promised land. There's no dying in the wilderness, because we was born in the wilderness. I'm living in the wilderness, and there's no option to get into Egypt anyways, not that I want to. So it's literally either die in the wilderness or make it to the promised land. That's why I said to you guys, I keep saying I'm not going to die in the wilderness, because I already know that getting into Egypt isn't an option for my generation anyway. So we got to make it to the promised land. So I'm just going to have to hold on to my faith as best as I can. And this is what I mean when I say to you guys that if nothing else, even if now you've seen a depiction, this wasn't what the video was intended to be, but now you've kind of seen a depiction of what I mean when I say, even if I feel like I have nothing else to give, nothing else, literally nothing, which is how I feel right now. And I honestly thought that maybe it was because I was on my period before. So I was like, oh, I'll be fine the next week. Oh no. And now I know that it's real because I'm still feeling like this. It's like, now you can see what I mean when I say I hold on to my faith with everything that I have, even if it's the last thing that I'm holding on to, because that's the only thing I can do. And if I have to give up everything else, if I have to lose my mind, if I have to be depressed for a little bit, if I have to endure the human population and whatever, I will do it, because I do have faith. Like, I have faith, and my faith isn't wavered. And whenever I think about God, it's so weird, but whenever I think about God, I just feel this sense of like peace, a little bit of like, oh, you know what, things are going to be okay. Like, I know it's crazy that is to say, but I really do feel like that. Like, every time I think about God, like even now, after everything that's just happened in the last 2 hours or however long I've been recording, in my head, I feel like, yeah, but God, but God, he'll pull through, and like his pulling through is better than whatever the options are of the world. The opposite option would be of the world, if the world was offering anything. So, change of plans. After I was walking, so I was in the middle of editing the video, and I may include this clip at the part in the editing in the video to explain this, right? So as I'm now editing, this is so weird, which you're only going to see at the end of the video, or you're going to be seeing at the end anyway, whatever. While I've started editing already, I just finished doing one of the voiceover clips. Literally the second I've stopped recording, I'm hearing behind me, because I've been shouting out to the birds, right? Because the birds are making all these noises. And so behind me, I hear a guy calling out something, and I couldn't hear what it was. And I was thinking, oh no, oh no. And they actually were, but it happened to be my brother. And I was like, ain't no way. But I shouldn't be surprised, because this guy is always everywhere, because he's friends with everybody in the world. There is me and him, and the difference between our social ways that we are is unbelievable. I'm like loner solitude. He's like got friends here, got friends there, got friends. He's friends with everybody. He's friends with all the old people. He's friends with everyone, right? So shock. Oh, I was just at my. I was like, of course you were, because you're always, no matter where you go. And he was like, let's catch up for a second. And then so we were just talking, and I got to ask him basically a question. I don't know, we were just talking about some stuff, and I was able to get some things off my chest, and honestly I feel a little bit better now about things in a weird kind of way, but like not really, because like I feel better that I'm not crazy, because I was like, can I just ask you, I just need to ask about one thing. Do you think I'm being unreasonable about this, whatever? And he was like, no, I don't think you're being unreasonable. Well, we didn't even have to say no in the end, because it just became like the observable fact. What I was saying was not even like my thoughts, was an observable fact. So I was like, okay, cool. And then, so we had a conversation, and then I was sitting at the pond, and I've got a bit of footage to show you guys. So this was the footage from earlier that I put at like 7 minutes of this video. of the video that I took, and it looks way better in person. I already did the whole spiel. I'm going to talk about the photography thing, but yeah, and also there's a little family there taking photos. Just got a little snapshot of that. But yeah, guys, also sorry that I look super tired, and that's because I am tired. So that's why my eyes look like they're about to fall out of my head. Taking photos, and do you know what it is? I actually love taking photos while I'm out in nature. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's one of those things that I've been thinking I really need to actually get a camera, like not even joking, because like funnily enough, right at the pond I was there was a couple, a man and a woman and their daughter, who came to take photos on the bridge. And I was like, these guys actually know what they're talking about, because this is a stunning location, like, to take photos. And I never thought to like go and take photos like that. So I was just thinking, the things people are doing, right? So they were taking photos, and it was just stunning, and it was just amongst the trees. And you guys know I got that book, the tree book with hold on a minute. This one, the Detective Trees, the Tree Detective Handbook. And this is all about trees, plants, animals, insects in England. And it even starts out with on the front page. I found this. It's like a workbook. I showed you guys this in a different video. It's like a workbook. It's really cool. And you can spot the trees and you can write notes. There's even a bit to stick a photo if you want to. And yes, guys, this is how hard I nerd. This is the type of stuff that has me now looking like this after what the rest of the video was. Yeah, so it's really cool. And I even spotted one of the trees. I was able to identify. I was feeling well chuffed with myself. Yeah, because I want to get to know about nature and stuff. So yeah, it's so funny how at the moment I literally had given up on the day, and I was just like, this is just going to be a long slog. I'm going to just hate it here for the rest of the day. Then I just happened to bump into my brother, who of course is one of the few humans in this world that I can tolerate, and that's largely because my siblings are highly intelligent people. So that's what I'm saying. Me and my brother, we don't just talk about, like, when I'm bringing up my question, I know he's going to talk about the observable facts, the evidence, and not just like what we feel and all of that, And so that's why I asked him, and lo and behold, and then once I saw his reaction to the situation I was telling him about, and how he was acting like it was absolute insanity and he couldn't believe that this is what was happening, I was like, oh, cool, okay. And then I just enjoyed the nature, looking for things in this book, and just thinking about things and thinking about how grateful I am for nature. And isn't it funny, like, you guys have literally just seen in real time how the only thing that really actually like gets me to survive is being outdoors. Like, it's actually crazy. And I don't know if it's just a me thing or if it's an everybody thing, but I'm going to talk about that. Actually, I'll talk about that in a video separately, because I have a few videos I want to record, because I like to record on the Sabbath, because like I'm talking to you guys are like, my people, and like I feel like the Sabbath is time you spend more with your so-called people, you know what I mean, doing something that brings people together, kind of thing. That's why in the Jewish culture, funnily enough, they only have the only day of the week they eat 3 meals is on the Sabbath. Every other day of the week they eat 2 meals a day, which is again another thing. Anyways, I'm gonna leave that there for this video. But there was my morning. Didn't finish how I intended, how I wanted. I was distressed beyond belief for most of the day. I'm not feeling amazing, but I'm feeling like, hey, I can record some videos and I can try and just make it through the day to the next day somehow. Because but this is how it is like every day. I just want to say the only difference today is obviously I'm not working. This is the only day I don't work, is the Sabbath. But you're seeing in real time, like, I was in the bin, I was trying, I was this, nothing was helping. I went for the hash brown, they were £1.60 now. And then I just go out in the nature of the natures, and I can just be with the Lord. And I came back, my fingers are frozen, my legs are still cold, my nose is running, you know what I mean, I'm freezing, my lungs feel like filled with oxygen, and I feel like I'm breathing like, I feel rejuvenated. That's what I'm saying, it's like rejuvenated, and there's no type of rejuvenation that can compete with that. Anyway, so you guys have seen how it all went down. I went and spent time with the Lord amongst his creations, in his supermarket, in his pharmacy, and I feel better again. And now I feel like, hey, I've got all this energy. I haven't eaten. This is what's crazy. Now I feel like I have the energy. Now I feel like energized and like, okay, let's get things done. Let's record. There's something that came in immediately. I'm recording. Here we are. And we're just going to keep it running. So anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video of my day, and that you can just see like this is what it's like sometimes on the Sabbath when I'm just trying to mind my business. You know what I mean? I'm trying to mind my business, talk to my people, and then just relax and spend time with the Lord. But this life is stressing me out. So anyway, if life's a game, let's pay to win. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. There's a lot of I'm actually at a place, this is the worst part of it, I'm at a stage where there are so many things I want to do that I can't even pick which one I should start with, because I'm like, if you ask me about anything now, all of these problems I talk about, I have my own thoughts on what we need to do. I just do not have the either people, the means, or the means to do such. But I have ideas. I just want to put it out there. I have ideas, so that's what makes it hard as well, because I do have solutions. So it's just like, when are we going to be able to implement things? Can we get to the implementation part? Because I just hate, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is why people are not good at maths, especially like algebra. It makes perfect sense because it's just logical steps, methodical pathways, and getting to the point as soon as possible in the most strategic way. Anyway, if life's a game, it's pay to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.